I originally joined the organization to help deploy Lean Six Sigma globally. They realized that they needed to do something more and take it to the next level. And that's where I became involved in our RPA journey, because they've realized that Lean Six Sigma is out there, it's embedded in the business is using it, and that next step is very much RPA as an enabler for the businesses to continue to improve. In most instances, we haven't completed the process improvement before we implement RPA. We're doing the two together. But what we're finding is that that's a more efficient strategy and a more modern strategy than just implementing Lean Six Sigma on its own. I suggest you start small, and I suggest you start with rules-based automation. Keep it simple. Get it across the line, you'll learn a lot about the technology, the platform, then you can continue to expand into the other things like integrating with AI, but you have that basis to grow on where you've already proven yourself through a proof of concept or through an initial pilot. So one of the core requirements that I received from all of our businesses up front was you had to have a tool that could interact with Citrix. When they're using a third-party system and they have to automate, they know they have that capability. Each country, each business unit has a different technology environment and had different needs to be met. And UiPath was able to meet all of those needs because it was so flexible. And the beauty of UiPath is it appeals to both users. Some countries wanted to be able to take a tool and train the existing users. Other ones had very technical developers, and they wanted a tool that could leverage their skills and really allow them to do quite advanced things. So for businesses that are growing or are focusing on something like claims handling, where they're expecting an increase or a spike and they want to be able to handle that, I would expect a robot workforce to be able to deal with that spike. And so when I think of scalability, easily go from one robot handling a process to 10 robots handling a process to deal with that and make sure that we're adhering to our customer SLAs. The other element of scalability, though, I think is about deploying RPA. And it's around how you design it. So creating reusable components is key. So the first process you automate uses this core activity, and then the next one you do, you look for other processes that could leverage that as a starting point and then develop further. And we feel that UiPath supports that component-based architecture very well and allows us to manage our program in a way that makes it scalable. We can go from having one process this week to, in a couple of weeks, having 2, 3 more up and running based on those same components, those same modules. If you haven't built the robotic process automation in a way that's easy to maintain and has a built-in BCP plan, then if that robot goes down, it actually represents a huge risk to the business. When I'm starting to work with a new business unit, I try to understand what their motivation is. Sometimes they're looking for this big transformation initiative and they want to look at an end-to-end process. So I encourage them at the same time to start small. Do it in parallel. You can be working on this big process that's going to take quite a while to analyze and automate. Start to work with the technology, get a quick proof of concept in place, because the lessons you'll learn from that about your own technology environment as well as about the tool set will be invaluable on that longer journey.